Okay, let's unpack this. Today, we're diving deep into Axon Enterprise. The company behind a lot of the public safety tech we see, like tasers, body cameras. We're digging into their recent Q2 2025 performance. And what these numbers tell us about Axon, sure, but also maybe the future of public safety itself.
That's right. Yeah, our mission today is basically to distill the key stuff from their latest investor deck, the earnings report, the call transcript, recent news. We're really focusing on how their innovative approach drives that core mission: protect life, capture truth, accelerate justice. And they have this, well, pretty ambitious moonshot goal, right? To cut gun-related deaths between police and the public by 50% by 2033. It's huge.
50%. Wow. Okay, so let's kick things off with those headline numbers. Q2 2025, revenue didn't just grow, it really skyrocketed to $669 million. That's a 33% jump year over year. And get this, 14th consecutive quarter of over 25% growth. I mean, beyond just company doing well. What does this consistent, really powerful performance tell us about Axon's core business strength and maybe shifts in public safety overall?
Exactly. It's more than just Axon's success, like you said. It really signals this bigger industry shift towards connected operations, towards relying on integrated tech. Axon's consistent strength, well, it just underlines their position as the leader in the space, cloud-powered integrated hardware and software for public safety. It's not just selling gadgets, it's about the whole ecosystem. When hardware, software, data, when it all works together seamlessly, that creates this multiplier effect. Standalone stuff just can't touch that. It's kind of standardizing the digital police force in a way. Then the numbers back it up. Over 1 million software users now. That shows deep integration, right? Daily work, plus over 1 million taser devices sold. The hardware is still fundamental. And the market potential, they estimate it at, what, $129 billion? Massive. So there's huge room to keep growing, keep disrupting.
Yeah, and it's not just the total growth, it's how balanced it feels across the segments. That's fascinating. Software and services revenue jumped, what, 39% to $292 million? While connected devices also rose 29% to $376 million. So it's not just one engine powering this. What's the strategic advantage there? What's driving that balance?
Well, that dual engine growth, it's really critical. It builds resilience, you know, and it captures value across the whole workflow. So in connected devices, yeah, demand is impressive everywhere for the physical stuff. Taser revenue grew a solid 19%, mostly the Taser 10 driving that.
The new one.
Exactly. Their newest, most advanced energy weapon, features designed for better safety, more effectiveness. Agencies clearly want it. Then you've got personal sensors that includes body cams like the Axon Body 4, up 24%. And these cameras, they're not just recording anymore. They're becoming like critical hubs for evidence, real-time data. And what's really exciting, I think, is the platform solutions segment. That's where you see the emerging tech, counter-drone stuff, VR training.
Okay.
That category saw incredible 86% growth.
86%.
Yeah. So it's not just a bunch of tools, it's this integrated suite, a whole solution. They're actually even boosting capital expenditure to make more Taser 10s. That just shows how strong the demand really is for that foundational hardware.
Okay, so building on that strong foundation, Axon's really visionary step seems to be embracing AI. This feels like it's not just about efficiency, but actually reshaping how officers work day to day. Let's talk about the AI, the productivity tools, things like Draft One, real-time translation. They sound like total game changers.
Yeah.
How are they actually impacting things on the ground? What are we seeing?
Oh, the impact is pretty revolutionary for police departments, seriously. That AI era plan alone, $150 million in bookings just in Q2. That shows real adoption, real confidence.
Right.
And their own surveys show officers reporting just remarkable time savings every week from these tools. Think about it. 11 hours saved with Draft One that helps auto-generate reports.
11 hours?
Yeah. Then 10 hours with Redaction Assistant streamlining that painful video blurring process. Even 6 hours with auto-transcribe, audio to text. What does an extra 10, 11 hours a week mean for a patrol officer?
Huge difference.
It's fundamental. It changes the day. We heard from an officer in Milford PD saying real-time translation meant they could talk directly to a driver without looking down at a phone, enhancing safety.
Right. Makes sense.
And Captain Schoolmeisters from Tampa PD, his reaction to policy chat was just, this is amazing. So these aren't just small tweaks. They're really reshaping workflows, letting officers be more present, more effective.
And that connects right into a huge challenge, a persistent one. For law enforcement today, their survey, it highlighted only 14% of agencies are fully staffed. 14. And patrol officers spend nearly half their time, 46% on admin tasks, paperwork.
Almost half.
So how does AI offer a real, tangible solution to these staffing issues, these efficiency problems? And how does Axon handle the the trust and adoption side.
All right, well, this leads us straight to how tech can tackle a human capital crisis. 3 out of 4 officers believe AI will make their jobs easier, improve investigations, boost efficiency. And consider this. 68% think AI can improve resource allocation, get officers where they're needed most, strategically.
Okay.
It's not about replacing people, it's about empowering them. But, and this is critical, 75% of officers agree AI should offer insights, but the final call must stay with the human officer.
Absolutely. Human judgment.
Exactly. You need that, especially in sensitive situations. And Axons address this directly with their responsible innovation framework. It's basically their guiding principles for AI development ethics, transparency, human oversight, trying to mitigate concerns about bias, accountability. Plus, there's a huge appetite for more AI training. 84% of officers want it. So this isn't just about cutting agency costs. It's enabling officers to get time back, engage more with communities, maybe even make the job more appealing to recruits, right, in an understaffed field.
Okay, so clearly, Axon's innovating fast, tackling big industry problems. But innovation's one thing. The real test is keeping and growing your customer base. Looking past the cool tech, what does their customer retention tell us? I saw that net revenue retention rate, 124%.
Impressive.
Very impressive.
And annual recurring revenue grew 39% to $1.2 billion. And that's 20 straight quarters, near or above 120% retention.
20 quarters.
What does that consistency mean for you, the listener? What does it say about their model?
Well, what's fascinating there, you see, is that kind of retention is mainly driven by their subscription model. Over 95% of their revenue is tied to these recurring plans. So that 124% net revenue retention. What it really means for you is existing customers aren't just staying, they're actively buying more from Axon each year. More products, more services.
Expanding the relationship. Precisely. It's a huge sign of deep customer satisfaction and the value they see in Axon's offerings, especially the premium software. It's evolving value. It means once an agency signs on, they tend to add more solutions, deeper integration, more advanced features over time. They're selling an improving platform, not just a one-off product.
Right.
And that continuous expansion within the existing base, that's a super efficient growth engine. Plus, they're strategically expanding their total addressable market too, solving universal problems, modernizing old tech for different kinds of customers, not just police.
That makes total sense. So where are these growth opportunities taking them next? I'm really curious about pushing beyond traditional law enforcement. Sounds like they're getting into some interesting new areas.
Yeah, we're seeing real momentum in these new markets. It shows how broadly their tech applies. Take corrections, for example. They closed their biggest deal ever this quarter.
In corrections.
In corrections. And get this, it accounted for 2 of their top 10 deals in the whole quarter. This one deal included the whole suite, TASER 10, body cams, VR training, evidence management software. It's a huge validation for their integrated approach in a totally different public safety segment.
Wow.
Then look at the enterprise sector. They landed their first win in the gaming space.
Gaming, like casinos.
Could be casinos, could be other large venues, yeah. And it included AI products, too. Shows the solutions fit security and operational needs outside government. Internationally, they added their biggest TASER customer ever in Africa. And seeing lots of interest from big police forces globally, especially Europe. Why? Well, complex challenges like social displacement, border security, tools like real-time translation, efficient evidence management, they become critical for communication, intelligence gathering with diverse populations. There are even talks about using TASER 10 for crowd control and real-time translation for non-English speakers in Eastern Europe. That significantly boosted their international revenues.
So it really sounds like they're expanding not just where they sell, but also how much each customer ends up spending. That per officer potential spend doubling from under $300 to over $600 for the full suite, that's massive.
It is.
How does that translate into their overall financial picture? What does it signal for their future growth?
Well, if we connect the dots, that higher per officer spend directly leads to a stronger financial outlook. It's pretty straightforward. It means as Axon keeps innovating, offering more integrated solutions, advanced hardware, cutting-edge AI software agencies are willing to invest more per officer.
Deeper penetration.
Exactly. Deeper market penetration, higher lifetime value for each customer. And this is a positive trend in Q2. It led Axon to confidently raise their full-year 2025 guidance. They're now looking at revenue between $2.65 and $2.73 billion.
Okay.
And adjusted EBITDA key profit measure between $665 and $685 million. And maybe the biggest indicator of future strength, their future contracted bookings, a staggering $10.7 billion.
$10.7 billion.
Yeah. Huge backlog. Includes the largest deal in company history, partly driven by that $150 million in AI era plan bookings we talked about.
Hmm.
It's just a clear signal of long-term revenue visibility, strong pipeline, sustained growth ahead.
So wrapping this up, what does it all mean for you? Axon's Q2 really shows a company firing on all cylinders, doesn't it? You've got relentless innovation that's genuinely redefining public safety possibilities, strategic expansion into all these diverse new markets, and the real tangible impact of AI on daily operations. They're clearly not just banking on one thing. It's a truly diversified portfolio. Seems like they're anticipating needs worldwide.
Absolutely. And this highlights, I think, a really fascinating challenge or maybe question for the future. As tech takes on more and more of the public safety workload, maybe automating up to half of current police tasks, some estimate, how might the actual definition of public safety evolve over the next decade? And what new questions pop up about that relationship between human officers and their AI partners? Especially thinking about that moonshot goal drastically cutting gun deaths, what does that interaction look like?
Hmm. A really thought-provoking question to chew on there. Thanks for doing us for this deep dive.